What am I sacrificing? What is there to
setting her up right
sacrifice? I don't think there's anything within me that I feel like I would have to sacrifice for a relationship. I feel like I'm very well-rounded, a very good person. I'm a great partner.
Those women that they have on that show are some of the most insufferable women you see in this space. Like, it took that nut-ass girl 9 minutes to basically tell them, I'm not giving up shit.
You should never want a person to compromise who they are. No one should want that. I wouldn't want him, whoever I'm dating, to do that for me. Relatability means working with the person that you have as they are. You shouldn't want to change. You shouldn't want the other person to change. It doesn't even make any sense. Okay. What you do is either work with it or you move on.
You have to understand that there are nuances, right? You're with someone for a certain amount of time. You get to know that person. And there are just certain nuances where there are places, although to people from afar or outside the relationship, they may not get it. Like, how come you could take her to this, but you can't take her to that? But you know this person. And there are just certain nuances where okay, I already know. This situation is going to set her off. This one isn't. You're not going to understand it because, once again, you're looking at it from an outside perspective. I'm within this to really understand the storm. Sometimes it's drizzling. Sometimes it's pouring. Both are rain. Like,
how wet you want to get. Basically.
Exactly.
I personally, look, your relationship is your relationship, right? You're happy. What you do is what you do. That's perfectly fine. I personally would not be in a relationship with someone that I feel like I can't take everywhere because that's my partner.
Are you gonna be able to sacrifice anything in your relationship, or what are you willing to sacrifice in your relationship?
That's a good question.
Ooh, depends on I don't know. It depends on the person.
Because you're definitely not going to find someone that checks off all the boxes. That's not reality.
How about outside of the person? What are you willing to sacrifice?
What do I have to sacrifice?
There you go.
And tell me what I have to sacrifice.
I was about to say, you want her to answer that right off her head right now.
He's saying what are you willing to sacrifice?
What am I sacrificing? What is there to
her up right now?
Because everyone, listen. The things you aren't willing to sacrifice.
I don't do long distance relationships.
Hold on. The things you aren't willing to sacrifice are called deal breakers. Everyone has deal breakers.
Yeah.
So what are the things you're willing to sacrifice? What are the things that aren't your deal breakers?
I don't know why this is such a difficult question.
I don't know either.
I'm asking you to answer my question. What are things? Because he said long distance relationship. I don't do long distance relationship. Okay, so now what? What's next?
So, what are the things about yourself, right, that you are dead fast on? Or steadfast or dead fast?
Steadfast.
Let's go with
right?
Dead fast.
New word, dead fast.
Being most serious.
That you are steadfast on. I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to do this. But
deal breakers.
Really, you might have to give up a certain amount of things.
I just don't know anything about myself that would be a deal breaker in a relationship. I know myself very well, actually.
See, that's a problem now.
Well, I'm
there.
I feel like I'm a very well-rounded individual. Now, if my partner comes to me with an issue of something that I'm doing, we can talk about that for sure. But I don't think there's anything within me that I feel like I would have to sacrifice for a relationship. I feel like I'm very well-rounded, a very good person. I'm a great partner.
With that being said, you feel you were going to be 100% yourself in each relationship that you
with no compromise.
100%. I'm not saying no compromise. Maybe I compromise.
That means you can't be 100% yourself if there's a compromise.
The compromise wouldn't be so detrimental that I would be changing myself.
Forget the detrimental. What is the compromise?
I don't know. It depends on the person. Right?
Every situation.
Right. Every situation, every relationship is different. Right. That makes no sense. There's so many different kinds of people.
Well, I'm just telling you that any relationship that you enter with someone, right? 5-10 years into that relationship, that person is going to grow. That person is going to change, hopefully for the better. Mm-hmm. You understand? So the truth is, yes, there are things that you may say, this person isn't truly 100% where I want them to be on this, but I'm going to invest into this relationship and hopefully they'll grow to that point. They may or they may not, because
I'm not going on hope.
Every relationship is a gamble. I'm sorry. There is no
relationship.
To me, it just sounded like she's not willing to give up anything. She thinks she's a perfect package, like a lot of women do. And she seems like she'd be a little difficult to be with just based off this clip. It seemed like it would be a constant battle of who's in charge.
They got to start changing the name of that show to No Conversation, because any woman on there, a man should never give them conversation. Any man who is trying to stick his dick in anything on that panel is headed for a world of destitution and fucking hopelessness. Like, those women that they have on that show are some of the most insufferable women you see in this space. Like, it took that nut ass girl 9 fucking minutes to basically tell them, I'm not giving up shit. I'm perfect the way I am, and if a man doesn't take it, I'm just gonna stress his ass out until he beats me the fuck up. And then the bald head one next to her was co-signing that dumbass shit. Like, every woman that's been on that panel, with the exception of Six the Goddess and that other normal woman, is fucking retarded.
Did you see the sisterhood unite for her? You want her to answer it right now off the top of her head? Like, should it be that difficult?
Yeah,
because she doesn't. I don't think she knows enough about herself to even share that, because it's not like, yeah, okay. I don't think she understood. I don't really think she comprehended the question. She's thinking like, well, I don't know I'm going to change because I haven't met that person yet. Well, you're never going to fucking meet that person. There's certain things that we know that is a hard no, that no matter where you are, if you go to this country, this is what I'm not going to. I'm not going to jump in a car with a stranger. There's certain things you're just not going to do. And I just think that she just look at Bo's face. Well, that you shouldn't do. No, but you know that.
If God sent me a woman like that, I'm a devil worshiper the same day. Like, what did I do to you to make you think that I deserve a bitch like this? Like, that is crazy to me. Like, I can't see her. Like, a dude going home, that's the nigga that's sitting in his driveway for 7 hours because he don't want to go in the house.
Well-rounded person.
That's the nigga that's volunteering to go do like the most dangerous shit at work so he can get killed in the line of duty. Like, there's nothing peaceful in that woman. Nothing. And if you give a man peace, it's because he's already dead.
At any point, did they ask her what did she compromise on in her last relationship? Because I for some people, they can't deal with abstract, little touch.
Retarded people.
But some people
you're
can't.
A podcast, though.
Deal with abstract. But I'm like, did they ask her like, okay, well, what did you do in your last relationship? Like, where did you compromise? Because her answer was very like, oh, I can't.
She's giving an example of a long distance relationship. Well, clearly it's not a compromise because you're not even going to deal with it. So we're not talking about that.
Correct. Right. So that's why I'm like, I just would have loved that they could have asked her like, okay, well, what did you ever compromise in a relationship? Date nights, money spent, where y'all vacation, something.
Whose DoorDash account were you using tonight? Like, she probably argue about that too. Like,
yeah. I want us to think, only because I struggle with that myself. You can't ask me an open-ended question. I need to like that. I need to be prompted. What type of man is he? Because it does depend on what type of man, what you will sacrifice. Because like, if you give me a man with some things that are important and one thing is missing, depending on that one thing, like if you prompt me, I can answer that question. But I'm not like, some people are just not like that. So like, I understood that. Now, I'm not defending nothing that lady said. I'm just saying some people need to be prompted to answer a question. You can't just ask open-ended questions. But I didn't find anything valuable out of what she said, if I'm being honest. But it is true. It does depend on the man, because a man can have a great personality. He has a nice place. He has a stable job, but he doesn't make like a bunch of money. Like, he doesn't make 6 figures and above or anything like that. And for a woman who has a requirement of a man that makes 6 figures, there are other attributes that she could sacrifice, like wanting that for. So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you have to be given a scenario and then you're like, okay, I could sacrifice, like, they don't have to make 6 figures. They can't be broke, but they don't have to make 6 figures because I like so many other things about this person. So like that I agree with, but I think she was being just a tad bit more difficult than she had to be.
But I think those are preferences. Like, those are things that, in general you might sacrifice being in a relationship with somebody, meeting somebody. As far as like yourself, I feel like that was more the question. Like, what about you is basically something you're not going to be willing to give up no matter what? So like somebody saying like, oh, I'll
Of
give
herself?
up. Yeah, like I'll give up peace. I'll give up. Yeah, sure. I'll sacrifice my peace. I don't need peace because, you know, he checks all these boxes, you know, but that's like, there's certain things that people aren't going to give up.
I ain't giving up shit about myself. But and so the reason why I say that, the only reason I say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm okay. Let me take that back. I might give up liking a bunch. Like, I love affection. I love being touched and hugged and all of that. Like, I love that. I may give that up for a man who has so many other things that I like, but he's not an affectionate person. Like something like that. But like oftentimes women change who they are for that man and not give up something as simple as that. So that's why I said initially, I'm like, I ain't never changing shit for a man, because I've done that in the past. It didn't never work out. So stay yourself. But yeah, given that scenario, I would.
So let me ask you a question, if I may. Well, what's the purpose of a relationship to you?
At this point in life, the purpose of a relationship is, because I'm not having no kids at this point, it's not to build a family.
Okay.
For companionship, stability, and partnership, like working together. I know y'all hate that word, so let me just define it. Working together with someone to make life easier.
Okay. And what's the most important part of that?
At this point, companionship. Because I can do a lot of other things on my own, but you know what I'm saying? Like company, having someone looking out for you, that's probably the most important thing for me right now.
Would you say that relating is the most important part of relationship?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
To say that, and this is just me, I could be wrong, you know, to say that you're unwilling to change anything about yourself states to me that you're not willing to relate.
Well, no. So what I mean is, if I talk a lot. I don't know what to tell you. If I'm happy all the time and like I'm happy and bubbly and high energy all the time, like I'm not, those types of things, like you should not have to change a part of your personality is what I'm saying. I just stated I would give up wanting all of the affection for a man that has a lot of other attributes. There are a lot of, because let me tell you something, a woman that like affection and don't get it, she gets real annoying. But, and there are other things that I'm willing to compromise, but you should never want a person to compromise who they are. No one should want that. You shouldn't, I wouldn't want him, whoever I'm dating, to do that for me. Relatability means working with the person that you have as they are. You shouldn't want to change. You shouldn't want the other person to change. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay. What you do is either work with it or you move on.